What's up, everybody? Welcome back to USARK. We are here at NARBC Tinley Park. It's one of the biggest reptile weekends of the year. And right out here in front, we're at the USARK booth where you can get all your swag and show your support. Now, I know that you guys are worried about a lot of these bans that are being proposed state by state and coming up. So I just wanted to say that you guys are doing a great job and hand it over to Phil, who's going to tell you a couple of updates and give you some of the progress on some of these bans. Phil, you want to let us know what's going on?
I will, but before I do that, if you have not been to NARBC Tinley Park, it's so busy and so much going on. Garrett's already lost his voice and it's only Friday. So I don't know what he's going to do the rest of the weekend, but if you can make it here, there'll be another one in October, so come check it out.
My throat will be bleeding by Monday.
Website is www.narbc.com. I'm actually going to start at our earliest bills and work our way to the newest ones. So I'm going to start with the Washington bill. So thank you everybody who contacted their legislators and opposed that. That bill did not meet the deadline, so that bill is actually going to die. So we made enough noise that that bill's just going to slowly die for this session. We may see it again next session, but we killed it for this session, so thank you. A second alert we posted this year was New Mexico, so that was another animal program ban bill, and that one we stopped too, so it's not going to progress past this session. It did have 2 hearings, and there was a whole lot of support for that bill, especially within the state, but myself, a couple reptile people, even a parrot person showed up and testified against it, and we were able to stop that one, so thank you everybody. One of our latest bills is a bill in Texas, and this one a lot of people are misunderstanding. So in Texas, large constrictor snakes and non-native venomous snakes are already regulated, so none of that is new. It's not going to be something coming new in effect in Texas, but there is a bill that when you apply for a permit to keep non-native venomous or large constrictor snakes in Texas, that your local government is going to be notified. So obviously we're a little concerned that that could lead to some local bans, but the bill itself is not going to ban anything. So we're just going to watch this bill. We'll try and work to maybe get that removed. It does a couple other things, but just check out that alert. But just so you were clear, this is not any type of new ban on large constrictors or non-native venomous in Texas. Rhode Island, yet another animal program ban bill. We're seeing a lot of these this year. They've been happening for about the last 5 years and they're just rolling hard and heavy this year. So Rhode Island just got tabled, which literally means, just imagine taking a piece of paper and setting it on a table. That's what tabled means. It means we're putting it on the table and we may or may not come back to it. So at this point, that bill's just been tabled, which likely means it's gonna die for the year. So again, thank you everybody who opposed that bill. Connecticut was an important one. So Connecticut, it looks like we stopped that one as well. So thank you for everybody who opposed it. And this one was a little bit different. It was an animal program ban bill, but this bill actually did not include reptiles. However, we still opposed it because every previous version of it in Connecticut did include reptiles. It actually included all non-native animals. So imagine that's literally hundreds of thousands of species you would not have been able to do a program with. And again, even though it does not currently include reptiles, when these bills pass, then they just come back and try and get an earlier version of it amended. So it may pass with only lions, tigers, elephants, you know, the common stuff, because they claim these are just stopping circuses, which is not fully truthful. But we want to stop it now. We don't want that to pass, so they can come back in a minute and add reptiles. So very important just to keep fighting these. When we put out alerts, just follow the directions. And thank you for everybody who opposed that one in Connecticut. Illinois, guess what we had? An animal program bill. So Illinois currently has a law that bans using elephants in programs, but now they're coming back and trying to add everything non-native to the United States. So every species not native to here would be added to that ban on elephants in programs. That's why it's important to stop these when we start, and I hope people realize that. Even though these first versions may not include reptiles, it's a lot easier just to stop them so they can't pass and then come back and be amended. So this one was actually great opposition from everybody. It was about 26-1 opposition versus support. So obviously this bill should be dead. It had a hearing. It got sent back to the Rules Committee, which in Illinois, they usually say if it goes back to the Rules Committee, it was sent there to die. So again, Illinois should be dead for this session. Thank you everybody who opposed that. Oregon, another animal program bill, 3214, HB 3214. So this one just had a hearing yesterday on Thursday. There was testimony provided. Unfortunately, they allowed testimony for a little bit more people who supported it. They want to put an amendment to remove reptiles, but again, we're not gonna say that's okay because we know what's gonna happen if it passes without reptiles. They're just gonna come back and try and add them. So currently it bans any animal program with any species of tortoise or monitor. And when the representative, the sponsor of this bill, got up there, he talked about giant tortoises and giant monitors. You know, he wasn't fully truthful and didn't talk about dwarf monitors. He didn't talk about king's monitors or pygmy mogul monitors or pancake tortoises or spider tortoises. He just talked about big giant animals and how this was going to stop large and wild animals from being in these programs. So very important. We got correct information out there. So now he's looking to amend it to make the opposition from us go away, but we're still going to oppose it. So keep doing that. Opposition in Oregon, and just about an hour ago, it was actually assigned a hearing on March 30th and a work session on April 3rd. So just follow our updates. We'll keep updating you. We got the steps there. Oregon is one of those states where you can actually formally post your opposition through the legislature website. So just follow the directions and oppose it. We just posted a local alert in Houghton, Michigan. This one's a little bit funny. It's worded kind of vaguely. Up front, it's really only going to ban venomous, but there is some vague language in there that could apply to more animals. So just check that alert. We'll update it and then follow the directions when we put them in there. But anybody local to Houghton, Michigan, you want to get involved now, the hearing is actually a month away, so we actually have a lot of notice on it, so that gives us time. So if you're local, contact your local city council person and get engaged on this. Don't just wait until it's hearing time. You got a month to work on it, so get involved. And the last update I'm going to give on this video is another Illinois bill. So this one is actually a bill to protect turtles. So this is a little bit different than stuff we usually get involved in, but this is a serious conservation problem. So what it's going to do, it's going to allow turtle traps to be used in Illinois. Currently that's illegal. You can catch common snapping turtles by other means, but this would allow for traps to catch common snapping turtles. And unfortunately, a trap doesn't know if it's an endangered or threatened turtle species swimming into there. Unfortunately, a lot of other species of turtles are going to swim into these traps and they will die and be killed. So this is important, especially for the conservation of the state endangered and threatened species of turtles. We want to stop this bill. Again, people can still, if they want to catch a snapping turtle for whatever reason, there are other means that they can do it by. Again, this is just to stop it being legal to use turtle traps to catch turtles.
That's awesome, Phil. Thank you for running all that stuff down. Thank God that we have USARK staying on top of all this stuff. We provide you guys with the information. We rely on you guys to take action. You can stay 100% up to date on usark.org. That link is in the description. I know YouTubers don't like to make a 2-click thing, but if you click usark.org and then you click where you're from, you can figure out how you can most efficiently act on the behalf of yourself and the reptile community in your area. Thank you for that, Phil. And can I just say too, the whole snapping turtle thing, the traps, I love that USARK is kind of taking the other side. I think a lot of people are like, USARK is just anti-reptile law, period. But in this case, it actually does help the conservation of other turtles that could indiscriminately be captured in this trap. So thank you for watching out for the reptiles and the people that are involved with those reptiles.
Awesome. And USARK would love to do more of that type of effort. Check us out every Friday on our social media. We post a Rattlesnake Friday, so that's something conservation we do through social media. And when these come up, if we have the resources to get involved, obviously we're fighting all these bills that are going to affect herpetoculture, but obviously when we can, we get engaged on these conservation efforts. So yeah, support our effort to stop that bill.
We'll catch you next time.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Good night, America.